lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started so that people understand what prompted me to do this today and that it's not just on a whim or something like that. Okay, so like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes.
What is happening?
The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules.
So apparently this girl got assaulted, blackmailed, and like fully harassed by this nigga, and she's explaining herself. And this is a nigga that's been known for like some weird shit. So I'm just trying to see her context. Shorty said, damn, oh my god. I can't be laughing. Chill. Oh, almost laughed. I'm not trying to laugh, I'm trying to lock in.
Rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger or being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now,
voice, bro. She's trembling.
I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me.
Damn.
And someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter.
That's
and
worse,
because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything.
Yo, hold on. Let me help you guys get a visual who the fuck she's talking about. Mizkif. This is who the fuck she's talking about, bro. This is the nigga that has been doing all this bullshit to her, apparently. We're gonna get more context, but this is the nigga. Yeah, he even looks like an issue.
I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet.
What, beta?
And I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I'd say that the line has been crossed too many times to be count. Damn. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know. I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others, it's wrong. It's wrong to keep it to yourself.
That's true.
I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people.
Bro, I feel so bad, but I really wanted to hurry it up, bro. But I know this is hard for her. I'm not trying to be rude at all. But I might have to 2x speed this. She's speaking very slow. My Dutch Hispanic alphabet is very slow. It's very minimal right now. Like I'm losing it.
And I don't believe he'll ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do the stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with.
Damn.
They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation.
Damn.
I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused.
Ew.
At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them, and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim—
This nigga said that? This nigga said that? This nigga said that, bro? This nigga said that? Who you feel like? Niggas say he'll destroy her. Who is this? Yo, some niggas got way too much power, bro. Like, what the fuck?
That I kill animals, and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
Oh, this nigga tried to blackmail on some bullshit.
I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably gonna come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me, and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay.
He was killing them rabbits. I think they just died, but they're her pets, you know? So he's probably gonna say, yeah, you killed them. But I think they just died naturally.
So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this. The way that I'm gonna do this today is I'm gonna run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And
Dang.
hold on.
Orange, how long is this, bro?
Hold on. Also
How long is this, dog?
going to be showing a few screenshots validating what I'm saying. I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today. And
no.
I will be running through those later.
She's really taking a sweet time. No shade, bro. I'm literally losing that. I feel disrespectful, but like, she's taking a long time. It's taking a long time, but fuck, she went through it. She went through it. So I can't blame her. I think we just have to swallow our attention span right now and just hug it.
Other thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that...
Should I just 2x this? Let's be honest.
During my statement, I'm going to be mentioning directly the names of about half a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but I know this won't stop everyone, but I ask people, for the streamers that I mentioned, please don't go bothering them or asking them for more information. If there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go pester them and bother them about it.
Darling, a little bit faster.
There are also streamers who gave me permission to share things that they relayed to me privately, but asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did.
Okay.
And the last thing that I want to make clear is that not every person that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of all of these things. And in fact, most of them didn't. I think that's all that I have to get out of the way to start.
Okay, let's go.
So, this is public information.
I have to use my mouth.
I initially moved in. Sorry. I'm still sick, like I said.
Bro, you know what's crazy? She's probably really going through it right now. If my mom's seen this shit, she's like, yeah, she's faking it. I remember when I used to cry when I was a kid, bro, or I was trying to explain myself. I was just like this, my nigga. Mom would fucking be pissed as fuck. She'd literally be angry at me, nigga. Hurry up, get the damn words out your mouth. And if I didn't, nigga, I'm either lying. Or it doesn't matter if I'm telling the truth, but I'm still getting my ass beat. It just reminded me of that. Because right now, I'm getting pissed. But she deserves to feel this way. She deserves to take her time. I feel like a jackass. Holy.
I moved in with him. I believe it was the end of 2021.
Okay.
Because he offered. I was living alone at the time, and I was having stalker issues in Kansas. And I mean, you guys know like all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together.
But niggas really be stalking
people. And I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it.
It's sped up by 1.25. I'll make it 1.5. Like, I'm trying to like not make it too sped up.
We started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022. After I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured out they're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but let's just, making that clear for details.
Codependent on whose part? Is she codependent or is he codependent? Actually, whatever. Don't mind me, bro.
He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers and wanted me to succeed as a teammate. And we grew very close over time. And I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything. So yeah, besides it being a very codependent relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream.
Damn, nigga, so, that's your money. Nah. That nigga talking about you can't stream, you can't do this, my nigga. That's your money. She's not no OF model, nigga. She's a streamer. She should shoot whatever the fuck she wants. The fuck? Now he playing with your money. You should have left that nigga. It
was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles of liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruise very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, you know, of course I'm not gonna think that, you know, he's, yeah, I just.
Nah, really, CK?
At the time, I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off. And looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then, again, a very public situation.
This is not a funny matter.
The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything.
Must have been crazy to watch in real time.
After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. You know, he was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up, and I feel like it's so apparent if, like, you know, you go back and watch anything from that time.
Yo,
I tried
how is she
so hard
speaking regular speed at 1.5? This is actually insane.
to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him, and I wanted him to, you know, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, you know, I always believed that he was. But that, unfortunately, did not really happen. For a long time, I think about a year and a half from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all that because there's just too much to cover, and it's honestly kind of not really relevant to the rest of what I'm saying because the rest of what I want to say is a lot worse. There was a point where things really took a turn for the worst. Like, it felt like, you know, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped.
Yo, me too, girl. I need to drink some water too.
So,
Shit.
And again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, you know, chronically tapped into all that stuff. So for a long time after the like he never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it, and to me at the time it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both gonna perform better. You know, it makes sense. But yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like, you know, just special things for a very long time. And a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him. And now I stream whenever I want. But
you're telling me this nigga said you can't stream on certain days and you break up with this nigga? Are you serious? Are you dead ass? This nigga's playing with your money, bro. You should have ended that relationship, or stood your ground. You should have stood your ground at least on that. That's the nigga playing with your money. The fuck? Yo, this nigga Mizkif is a weirdo.
The first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops, so it was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time, doing the same thing, basically. I know you're probably like, what the fuck's that to do with anything? But it'll make sense in a bit. So
she don't mind for no one.
I'm live. He's live. We're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was really excited. Okay. And then I start seeing in my chat people start saying unofficial Miz raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. And basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally.
Oh my nigga, where's the sound, bro? Where's the sound, bro? Oh my fucking god!
Hell no! What the fuck, man?
This nigga, what the fuck? You telling me this nigga is controlling his girlfriend? He's controlling his girl to only stream on specific days. And then when they stream together, this nigga is upset that his girlfriend has more viewership than him. Is this nigga fucking dumb in the brain? Why does he care about that? It's a relationship, my nigga. It's a relationship. You should be happy for your girl. The fuck? The fuck? Yo.
I had higher viewership than him, And like I said, this is during an event, so there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real, but yeah,
Cooked.
he starts messaging me, he's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should
That's what
come
I'm
back and play.
saying.
Everyone's having fun, everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended the stream. And then I am still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. And in that house, I had a glass door so I could like see this was happening. He was walking behind me, making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room. I feel like that's pretty apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up, so even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway.
Yo, this guy Mizkif is genuinely a baby. Like I could tell he's a baby, cause look. As a nigga that has been got in trouble, I've been pissed a lot at my house. I know damn well not to slam no damn door. You do one of the pump fakes where you're about to slam that bitch and just quietly close it, you know. Close it in, you know, make sure you don't get in more trouble. And then eventually you never want to ever slam a door. This nigga has never gone through that. He's never gone through that in his life. Oh, look at bro. I know bro's ugly. I don't even want to call him bro. That nigga's ugly.
So I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, Emmy, like, I hate all you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me. And like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, this is like really happening because of rush drops. And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong. And I stop in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure people can't tell that I was like crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like looms in the doorway. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours to finish the stream, do my best to just like, you know, carry on the show basically.
Weird ass makeup, bro.
And yeah, after that, like I said, was when things started to get really fucking bad. It was like something just snapped. For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers. I'm sure he was very happy. I mean, good for him.
LOL.
And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move because I knew that I would have to move. So I was like, okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it. Right? Does that make sense?
Real.
Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would
going on for days, bro.
Destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. The holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him. And he would be banging on the door and screaming at me.
I can handle it.
And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said,
just
like,
snapped something inside of
like,
me.
threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something.
Nigga, what do you mean by that? You better go do the same thing that nigga Mizkif did to someone? I don't condone.
Okay. Like if we're driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us.
So this nigga was threatening to kill him and his girl while in the car. You know what's crazy, bro? She's actually lucky she's alive, cause some niggas don't know how to handle going fast. So she's really lucky to be alive. I'll be honest. This nigga's doing that well in a relationship, bro. Yo. Cook.
And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food, and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video, and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer, and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, huh, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it. Then at
This
home,
nigga is a
other things would happen.
narcissist.
Like I'd be trying to sleep, and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt insecure. There was a time that
A psychopath.
I walked into a room that he was in, and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better.
Nigga, oh my god, yo, how is she still? Yo, look, I've talked to multiple girls in my life, bro. a lot of girls have told me, it's hard to break up with their man because sometimes they got no friends, that's the person to talk to every single day. But this nigga, like, if your man is ruining your money, ruining your mental, ruining everything, my nigga, you could at least try to break up for at least a nice solid month to see how that goes. You could at least try. At least try. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Nigga said, yeah, I fucking hate you because you posted a YouTube video on Monday while I posted mine on fucking last Saturday and it's doing better. Okay? Nigga, if you're in a relationship, technically the money both of you guys make is technically, yes, it's both of yours individually, but it's both of yours. It just makes both of you guys better. I don't get this shit. Some niggas are genuinely weird. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, I'm telling you, I know for a fact, yo, I feel bad. I feel bad for his parents because they know they failed this nigga. They know they failed this nigga. They know only reason why this nigga's probably loving his family because he's a streamer now. Before, he probably wasn't loved as much. And if he was, his parents, no offense, did not do a good job. Because there's no way this kid grew up to become that. He's a man-child.
Basically, I felt like I was kind of stuck in a loop where I felt like I had to constantly perform and, like, prove my value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was going to be punished for it. And it just felt like a very rough situation to be stuck in because,
like, look,
I'll be honest, my hobby and my job. Like,
as a guy, I've been in some relationships with the girl is deadass making so much money. It's like, I look like a pleb. Because in a relationship, I understand as a guy, like, damn, I want to take care of my girl. When a girl's making so much money, you feel a certain type of way. But really, like, you only feel that certain type of way, like, a few times and only because you want to do more for your girl. Not because your girl's doing better than you. You want to do more for your girl and be the man for your girl. This nigga just pissed that his girl is doing more than him. Like, there's a twist there's something in his brain that's not working. Like, it's malfunctioned.
Huge part of my life, even before, I met him and became, like, a larger creator. And I remember thinking all the time how it felt like he hated me, but he still wanted me around, for his channel and, like, his thumbnails and everything. And, this is still before I moved out. There was a time where it was, the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak out and I would sneak into Esfan's house using my code. And, Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap at your guest room. He'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I would sneak into Esfan's house just to have some time of, like, peace and quiet.
Alone?
But eventually, he figured out where I was going, and he would go over to Esfan's house to keep telling me off. And there was, a time that he did it, and, I was laying in the guest room bed, and one of the roommates in that house had, come to see, like, why I was crying, and they were standing in the corner, and he came in, and he was very physically aggressive. He was like, Emmy, like, what are you doing? Like, angry. And then as soon as he turned and saw this other person standing there, he instantly, like, deflated and changed his tone. He was like, oh, Emmy, I was wondering where you were. Like, are you coming home? And, that roommate, like, later asked me about it, and they're like, what the fuck was that? Like, are you okay? And I was just like, oh, it's nothing, because I felt like a lot of the reasons I didn't tell the people around me was because I felt like no one would understand, or even if they understood, it would just be a burden to them, because all of our streams and social circles and communities are so intertwined. I was like, maybe it's just better for
the same way how Bruce left OTK, my nigga, you can leave OTK. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. Your safety comes first. I don't get it. If your friend group, bruh, if you're getting assaulted by someone or getting fucked up by someone and you're in a friend group and that says someone's in a friend group and you're scared of telling the rest of your friends that, yo, this nigga is actually hurting me and fucking me up because you're scared the friend group is going to break apart or something, that's not your, like, yo, if they don't help you out, they're not your friend. Like, you might as well leave the friend group anyways. Some people are too comfortable being in certain groups. Like, it's okay to find new people. It hurts, but nigga, if they're not helping you at your times of need, are they really your friends? The fuck? Like, what is that? Nigga, what? That's, yo. Yeah, it's okay though. I understand, like, she's in the streaming world a little bit different. Like, her friends are also technically, like, everyone, their friendship is real, but it's also like there's money as a money line connected to it. But come on, bro. I'd rather leave the group
for me to deal with this and, like, hope things get better, basically. I honestly don't even remember what the final straw was that I finally was like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I prepared the house that I lived in before this one, like, pretty much immediately after the, like, breaking the front door thing happened, but I was still, like, scared and unsure. So I don't remember what the final straw was, but I remember the day I took Cheddar to the house, because he just randomly started, like, screaming at Cheddar and was like, get that fucking cat out of my house. So I just grabbed Cheddar and put him in my car and grabbed his litter box and took him there, and I just left him there and never took him back to that house. And then I think like within several days after that was when I finally moved out. It was on very short notice.
The fuck?
Like I said, I don't even remember what the final straw was because so many things happened, but there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers, I said, hey, can you come tomorrow? And they're like, yeah, and then I literally moved the next day.
Interesting.
Moving out into the last house that I lived in was a huge step mentally because, like I said, a big part of one
Okay, I might skip
role where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone. So it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other things had already happened, I was very hopeful that me and him could be cordial and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly, like for stream reasons that, you know, everyone could just keep streaming like nothing had happened. And, you know, at the time I thought that would be the best thing to do. And I felt like if I, you know, separated myself from him without explaining anything, people that watched us wouldn't understand and would attack me. I was yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway. So, but
bruh, so
yeah.
you telling me, yo, these friendships are so fickle. You telling me that you said it happened anyways? Hold up.
You know, separated myself from him without explaining anything. People that watched us wouldn't understand and would attack me. I was yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway.
So people attacked you because you stopped hanging around with the group. Yo, these streaming groups be so fucked. Like dead ass, like niggas should be happy FaZe and AMP are so real because the rest of these groups are all fucking fickle. The fuck? Fickle as fuck.
So, but
worse than thinner than parchment
yeah.
paper.
After I moved out, we, like I said, still kept in contact. I had hope that somehow things would get better. He would always beg for me to come back, and he would promise therapy and change, and like even talk to other people and like kind of present like, oh, I want to change, I want to be better for Emmy or whatever, you know. There was a short period in October where we had broken up because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter now. And when that happened, I honestly felt relieved because I was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms, so that means he'll be satisfied and be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone. Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense.
One of those ones.
But I mean, obviously, hence me doing the stream, that was not the end of it. A week after this breakup, he asked to come over to my house and talk from closure. He came to my house, and I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to try to distance myself from him.
Okay.
He, so yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot.
Shit, actually 2x.
He started to
It's crazy.
try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying.
Well, you were just in a relationship, so...
And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And, I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like... And, instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying.
That's some Disney shit! Oh my god, that's some Disney shit, bro. Are you serious? Nigga jumped out. Nigga did one of these, bro. He did one of these. You don't want in Disney, bro, to be like... All those fucking weird ass shit, bro. They jump up the jumping spot and run away. That's what he did? Nigga. That's some Disney shit. Yo, actual man child.
About, checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like, I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense. I felt like I'd cause trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him, or if I caused rifts in our friend group or streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still at that point had hope that things would get better, and that, you know, he would improve.
Basically orange.
And he also always hammer into me how he never physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking about it because they were concerned. He would say tell them that I never hit you, make sure that they know that I never hit you. Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans too, so I guess like December-ish. He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him. And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away, but if I performed too well, I was going to be punished. And I
really
actually wanted to show some of those messages
She literally.
Because obviously a lot of these
That's
things,
fucked. Having a
yeah,
partner that doesn't
I'm not
want you
gonna
to be
fully
great
read
is
these out
insane.
because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of show what I'm saying.
You know when girls be talking about, yeah, your man is actually dragging you down. Girls be talking about that shit in relationships, but that's not even happening. This is generally happening in a relationship. Like she's generally being dragged down because of this nigga. But she has a hard time, not just leaving, but trying to make everything look good, which is why she got into the situation, unfortunately. But fuck, feel bad for the girl.
And I am planning to probably post the VOD of this somewhere, so if you want to read this later, that's fine, I guess.
Damn.
And again, this was all happening while I was live. You can literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this while I'm live in the middle of a dungeon, trying to just play the fucking game.
The fuck is this nigga? Take your hold up, bro. This is hella small. I'll help you guys out. Hella small. Tank Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism. You're worse than Emmy. The Emmy is so much better. The people say you're better in every chat. The comparison says nobody will be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to be a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with this bozo? What is wrong with this bozo? Nigga complaining because she's playing tank? Yo. Let me skip some of this, bruh.
Oh fuck, I think since nobody will ever be on my side, let me deal with it. I wanted to be cool, and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere, but I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence, like ever since that one stream where I had like a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that it was my fault that his stream was dying because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, they would be confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. That was like started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other. He started
niggas hearing this shit, bro?
Saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin. In particular, one specific streamer who I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like about them in their stream, and it was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you."
And oh yeah, this nigga needs to go to a psych ward. Like, I look at even and watch the rest of this. I already got a gist of it. This nigga's a bitch ass nigga.
Manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person. After that, I decided that the only solution, a way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but I know now for sure the right one, was to finally completely cut contact with him. I knew it'd be very hard because our careers and our communities were so intertwined, but I knew that I had to do it and that there was no other choice. So
yeah, this nigga has no
I have not
followers
spoken to
now.
him since January of this year. It's been 10 months. But if you think that's the end, it is unfortunately not. I haven't spoken to him since January this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started. He has attempted to contact me over 40 times individually this year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls. And I'm just gonna show those.
Can you please communicate so I don't feel isolated and hated by my own org? Bro, nigga's focused on the wrong things, bro. On the wrong thing. Nigga only cares about his damn stream. Nigga did not think of her as a girlfriend. I just want to be okay with each other. I feel like our streams and lives shouldn't have this feeling. Yeah, this nigga is not even caring about her. Nigga just caring about that damn stream. That's fuck. Emmy, can we talk, please? I really need to tell you things. I'm so sorry for the past few months. I'm so sorry. I really love you so much. Interesting. What did he say before that, though? I found out you weren't invited to the party. I know you wouldn't want to. You invited, of course, and I hope. This nigga's really berating her. Holy shit. He's sending her messages. Damn. Damn, bruh. You're back? What's up? I think I might have lost my viewership, but shit, this is serious. The fuck? Oh, so nowadays has gone, bruh. Nigga wrote, nigga trying to write good paragraphs and shit, but his actions fucking don't even fucking correlate at all to what he's doing. Not a day has gone by not a day has gone by in these last 4 months where your final words to me don't go haven't echoed in my heart. Oh, cause you broke up with her the first time, but like she liked, bruh. Come on, bro. She liked them being broken up, and now this nigga, because he has no one to control and no one to beat up mentally and emotionally, this nigga wants her back, plus the streaming aspect. Fuck. He posted her somewhere? Ugly ass nigga. That's a lot.
And keep in mind, this is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying. And just kind of a funny side note, I guess. I would like to highlight this message. Because doesn't really matter, but I ran it through the ChatGPT checker. And all the highlights, like I said, doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting.
This nigga is sending text to you. Oh my! This nigga sending text messages to ChatGPT talking about, yo, how do I get a woman back? ChatGPT's like, be an honest man. Nigga's like, fuck no. How do I manipulate a girl to come back to me? ChatGPT's like, I can't do that. It's against the services. Hypothetically, how do I? Yo, this nigga's cooked, bro. This nigga's cooked.
Yeah, like I said at first, the messages were just simple things, like him saying he was worried about things or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time.
In a
I think he was
movie,
just saying
how
that to
would
try to
I?
get me into responding to him.
Deadass.
I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions, because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication, and we would be fine going to the same events and parties and such. I also had to start hold on, I'm still fucking sick. That I only had to cut him off through personal private communication, but I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person.
Insane.
Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. It's not a big deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here. Let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud. And I was like, okay. So they as a group went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to get up there because someone like stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, what the fuck? But again,
Man-child. He doesn't even know how to confront her. Man-child.
I was still trying my best to, give the benefit of the doubt, like, maybe it's just like an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night. So I was like, wow, okay, that's good to know, I guess. The next story that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna earlier this year when we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier, because that was obviously... Hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop.
The hell? What happened?
Where was I? Yeah, so Yeah, it happened March 3rd of this year. A lot of people were talking about it, talking about how me, Ray, and Cinna were attacked. Which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue with that. Like, obviously, it's big news. People are gonna talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like,
oh, I think I remember.
No issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months in.
That was the clip where they're at the sorry earlier, I was kind of distracted. That was a clip where they're at like a festival and some weird ass nigga popped up. I remember that shit.
To me, being no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him. And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself. And one of these stories was one that, like, no one knew at all, and, like, it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened, like, you know, all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily pushed by him, we should never talk about this because, you know, people are gonna be weird.
Of course it was pushed by him, and he's a nigga that broke the law.
It puts Emmy in more danger, and, you know, gives people ideas, so we're never gonna talk about it. But, you know, of course, as soon as there's some big drama that he's not involved in, and he finds a way to, you know, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy, he does it. He was on a stream talking about these personal stories of mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not saying anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as, like, the hero.
Fucking hero?
He was like,
yep.
oh.
Fucking narcissistic ass little nigga, bro. Fuck, too much estrogen in his damn body, my nigga. Too much estrogen in his damn body. Fucking playbook narcissist psychopath. Nigga made himself look nice, didn't even tell the story properly. Nigga, all he did was hug her. Nigga didn't do nothing except for hugging her.
I held the stalker at gunpoint. No. The only person who ever came into contact face-to-face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside, went inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I understand, still very scary, but why are you acting like you've, like, if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that because she is the one who, like, kept everyone in those two houses safe, not him. Anyway, back to the original thing, Bonnie, the Reigns and stuff. So, I was obviously panicking. Like, I just had this horrible thing happen to me the night before. It was, like, huge, like, public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff. And, I'm, like, crying. And, Sin and Ray are like, what's wrong? And I tell them. And I'm, like, panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like, these different people that I was like, they can contact him because I did not want to contact him. So, Ray, Cinna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners, and Asmongold were all, messaging him to stop. And by the way, Asmongold told me that he tried to call Miz while he was talking, and it rang 3 times and then hung up, which means that he saw it, and he just wanted to be able to keep talking because, yeah, anyway.
God. And the fact that they even got Asmongold, this nigga Asmongold in itself is a whole issue. Like, he's an actual problem. And the fact that he is a, what's the word? He's a word of reason. Like, his word right now, like, if he were to talk to Mizkif, he's in no way or form wrong, just says something. Like, he's already his own, a different type of weirdo. And the fact that he's right in situations is mad. The fact that he feels like, yeah, he shouldn't be talking about his stalking shit, which is normal. And the fact that Asmongold could look normal is crazy.
Just a little note. I don't know exactly what, like, the other people said to him, but Ray and Cinna told me that they were messaging him being like, bro, like, stop, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And he was messaging them, who were also equally as traumatized as me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, you know, girls go through. Was that your job?
You can let people know what girls go through without, you know, explicitly explaining the person involved. Not that difficult. Not that difficult. I could tell 20 stories right now. You wouldn't know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, anyway, yeah, that all happened a couple of months into me being no contact with him.
Okay.
And yeah, he was arguing with Ray and Cinna while they're trying to be like, bro, like, stop, like, you're making it worse. He finished talking about my stuff and then reacted to Cinna and Ray's whole stream where they were crying, addressing their communities, made sure to react to that, and then immediately went offline. So yeah, that was a terrible weekend. I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert so that he could make sure to farm his own clips. After that incident, his attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which I showed those texts. We went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting and calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us, and he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married. I think I don't think he even meant that, but I hope not. But I assume he did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me since I wasn't talking to him. And I mean, some of them did. I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or like having my stream open. Like, he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him. Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then
could you imagine? I lost my viewers. I'm sorry, bro. So this is a topic which is like, what the fuck we watching? I get it. It's an interesting topic. It's not really entertaining. It's just what the fuck. And she's going on for a long period of time. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna post this because it is very long. But I feel like if I post it being faster, people can actually listen to her because it is a hard watch because how slow she's going, which is understandable, by the way, because she's going through a lot. I was just about to say, this girl. So this nigga Mizkif asked other niggas, is she fucking anyone? And no one thought, yeah, let me just not talk to Mizkif ever again. You know, like I don't shit, what is this? What is this lock? My bad. I know that fucking what's it called again? Niggas heard him say that shit and they're weirded out. You know how weird that is? To go around the people that's close to your ex and be like, yo, I should fuck anyone? That shit's actually weird as fuck. Hey, bro. I don't know how some niggas still are up there in the streaming world. They should have been gone.
They told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me. Just really fucking gross stuff like that. And a couple of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me and him still talk all the time, but we simply weren't together anymore because I was too mature and I was not ready. I was too immature. But yeah, you can see from the messages I showed. I'm not sure if people can go back and read them. He was begging me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of the messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that it really matters, it's just interesting, right? As of today, it's been about 2 months since he has attempted to contact me directly. I think because about 2 months ago was when he started kind of getting scared that I might have been telling people things, which again, I wasn't going on my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't gonna lie to them. I mentioned this at the beginning before I started fully telling the story. I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, about the abuse or anything else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits. And I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot when we lived together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused, obviously.
Bro, does this nigga think straight? Yeah. Go to another streamer and be like, yo, she's gonna say some crazy stuff about me. So when she says that, can you make sure you have my back and say that she killed her rabbits? Or just have my back in general? You think they're gonna say yes off rip? Nigga, why is she saying that shit? Any normal person would be asking why the fuck she's saying that shit in the first place. This nigga exposed himself without even her saying a word. This he's paranoid because of his bad actions. Nigga's actually, he thinks reality is league. This nigga, actual dumbass. Nigga's trying to collect people to help him out, not realizing that the core of his whole plan is fucking unbelievably dumb. Unbelievably dumb.
They're not insane. And even something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, if Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her.
Yeah, did he think that wouldn't go back to the main source? Like that him telling her employee wouldn't go back to the boss? He literally fucked himself over. If it wasn't Emiru right now making this video, I promise you he would have been so paranoid he'd be talking to different people to the point where they're like, okay, bruh, Emiru, we could all come with you and talk about this because it's just weird. He fucked himself over.
Whatever that means.
He could have just did it.
And within the same night, he also texted one of my best friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, hey, worried about her, hope she's okay. Right after he just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And, yeah, that was Saturday, so that pretty much leads us to today. I feel like it's clear I've spent the last year of my life cutting him off and building a new life with people that actually care about me and doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any drama. I did not want to do this. a lot of other creators actually told me that after his other allegations in 2022, if I wasn't the first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again, they do not think that they would have gone back to helping him with his content. So,
it's gonna be a tough year for him.
I always tried to keep things private, always tried to make things better, had hope that things would get better, you know, tried to be supportive, and my thanks that I got for all of that was abuse and resentment, and for all of 2025, all of this year, harassment and hatred from him and his community, while he was the whole time secretly begging for me to take him back behind the scenes. I've taken a lot of steps already, as I said, it's apparent. I've taken a lot of steps to restructure my life and be a lot more careful about who I help and who I invest my time and my care into, and I'm doing a lot better now, but I felt like this was a necessary stream because, like I said at the very beginning, I have heard that he has done things to other people that aligned with some of my own experiences, so I felt like it would be wrong for me to keep holding on to all this information.
Mind you, she said that his community was coming at her, but Mizkif's community originally liked Emiru. So after learning this information, bro, these niggas are not gonna fuck with Mizkif at all, bro. They're only gonna pop into that stream that he pops. They're only gonna pop into the stream that he does within the week. His reply stream talking about the allegations on his name. Nigga, I'll be honest, that's just not allegations. That's just the truth. But he's gonna be talking back about it, and that's the only time he's gonna be getting viewers, because everyone's gonna want to see his reaction or see his side or his opinion. But that nigga's losing his viewership, bro. He might even lose followers itself, because niggas don't be unfollowing sometimes on Twitch, but he might genuinely lose followers himself.
I know I stayed for way too long, and I thought that I could help, and I unfortunately learned that I couldn't. But I worked really hard to have the life that I have now with my friends, my family, my pets, and my community, and I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of myself for making the choices that I did to end up where I am now. And yeah, that's my story of dealing with abuse, psychological and domestic abuse, sexual assault, and stalking, and being threatened on if, you know, I ever talked about it. And this whole time, it's been kind of hidden in plain sight away from hundreds of thousands of people. And
I'm sorry, girl. That's fucked.
Yeah. I know that me saying all of this probably isn't gonna make him or what's left of his community leave me alone. But sorry, voice crack. I know talking about this probably won't make him sorry. Probably won't make him or what remains of his community leave me alone.
Good,
but I'm always glad that people will be aware of all of this now, and I won't have to feel like I'm hiding a terrible dark secret anymore. And it's all out there now. And I also want to make it clear that not everyone that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of the things that were happening. And a lot of streamers didn't really know anything at all, but I mean, like I said before, people aren't stupid. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people knew that things were happening, and like I said, you have to remember, it's not just me. A lot of people have told me that they have their own, you know, grievances with him. But for the people who did know about this, thank you for being there for me through all of this and supporting me and cheering me on. And there were a lot of people as well who, even though they didn't know anything, without asking any questions, they still were very kind and supportive, and I will always remember that for the rest of my life. I also want to say, just so people know, that I'm not just trying to, like, put this out there and then, you know, I am already in the process of filing a restraining order on him in both Texas and California.
Love to hear it, bro. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Honestly, lock that nigga behind doors too. Nah, he can have a redemption arc. You could go to therapy, you know, probably fix his fucking chemical imbalance within his body. He could probably become a better person after this, but right now that nigga needs to be away from everyone that he's hurt.
And I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for the stream that I did today and for coming out about him. Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap lawsuit. It'd be interesting if that happened, and I wouldn't be opposed to people finding out more of the truth and things that I didn't even talk about today, and what else he's been lying about. And I'm sure there's also plenty of things that even I don't know about. And yeah, there's more things that I didn't even talk about today, but...
Bro, if this nigga does a lawsuit, bro, people are gonna be popping left and right like the fucking, what's it called, bro? The Cosby. Shorty's gonna be popping left and right like the Cosby case. He's talking about all the bullshit Mizkif did. It would not be in his best interest to do a lawsuit, because there will be extra stories about how bad this nigga is. The lawyer is not gonna help him out, or the judge, correction, is not gonna help him out. He'd be cooked.
I'm hoping that now that I have this out, this is the last time I ever have to talk about it.
Like fully.
I can be like, okay, I got it out there. I'm not withholding this anymore. It's out there. And yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. Definitely not how I would have liked to spend my Saturday. I would love to go.
Hey, bro, you good? You good? She got that shit out the way. Loki is probably a big burden, a big fucking weight off her chest. She probably go to bed. A little paranoid because of the lawsuit and all that shit. Maybe like a little bit of like scared of what he might do next. But honestly, she probably might feel a little bit better just getting a shot off her chest. Hopefully everything works well, and hopefully that nigga gets a fucking black ball of doom. Just fucking blackball from everyone. Some crazy shit, dog. Shit, she gotta fall out. So that's some fucked up shit. Some fucked up shit. Nigga. Yo, if anyone in my chat, bro, if y'all niggas ever get in a relationship and that person is doing you in any type of form dirty like this, please leave. Please, bro. Please, bro. Like, holy shit. If your partner is acting like a man child or a woman child, please just dip. Please. Not worth it. I've never been a brokey mental thing instead. I'm on my money, then I go to bed. Father all of me, what you so proud of me? I'm bored of being chasing money trees. We tryna live the life that we always seen. And nothing's gonna stop us till we get everything.